Hello, and welcome to December 19th, 2022. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation. It's a video and exercise that I do each and every day, just a little bit after waking up. It's now 4:28 a.m., just running about 2 minutes late. I make this video in order to record my effort at remembering and recounting and examining my life's objectives and principles. These are the ones that are described in my book, Going Alone, in the chapter titled The Good Life. That's why I call it the Good Life Creed. I also use this time to reflect on the last 24 hours and to prepare for the coming 24 hours. I do this by thinking about how I did yesterday with any opportunities or challenges I met, including my sleep, and then I also think about the day that lies ahead. It's a Monday, so there's a week that lies ahead. Hey there. Want to come up here? It's up to you. I know you've been outside, so I know you're okay for that. All right. It's a big day today. I'm adding a new principle to the good life. I talked about it yesterday. The principle of family and the sub-principle of catalyst. I'll get to them when I do. They'll go just between the principle of the social principle and the principle of public speaking. I'm very happy to have finally got that important piece recognized in the creed. Okay, let's talk now about yesterday and last night. Yesterday was a day off, and it was a little bit difficult. I don't know how to relax very well, and I couldn't really find my footing. I didn't really have anything to do yesterday. Well, I did. What am I saying? I added a whole new principle to the dang book. That takes a lot out of me, including writing up the summary and inserting it and publishing it and adding it to the website, and that was a lot of work. I did all that before 10 a.m., before Yumiko and I started our free time in earnest. And then that kind of spent me. I didn't realize that until just now. That was like a week's worth of work. Because I didn't just start it when I wrote it. I started it the day before, thinking about it on my mind, etc. A little coffee, please. Oh, and good morning, Parker. Yeah. What else? So then yesterday, the challenge yesterday was just kind of staying on top of the day. You know, I do think that I do better all around having a job. I don't, even though I have a lot of hobbies and things I like to do, I don't think I know what to do with myself so much when I don't have work to do. Maybe when I retire, I'll continue to work in some capacity. Maybe get a part-time job as an English teacher in Japan or something. Or start my own little school. That might be worthwhile. Anyway, I'd say yesterday was a challenging day. It was fun too. Yumiko and I had a good lunch together. We had Egyptian food at a restaurant called the Golden Olive here in Huntington Beach over by the harbor. Yeah, Huntington Beach does have a harbor. I never think I've ever seen the boats leave and go into the ocean there. They must. I didn't sleep so well last night for the same reasons. There's just times like this sometimes. Kind of just a restlessness. You know, a restless Sunday. That's what it was. Anticipating the day ahead, not sure what to do with the free time. as Yumiko and I were taking our dogs for their fourth walk of the day together, including two visits to dog parks, separate dog parks. I spotted them. We were going through a little residential area, and I wasn't peeking, but I just couldn't help but notice through an open window right below us a man in a big comfy recliner watching TV. And I commented to Yumiko, I said, it must be nice to be able to just sit on a Sunday and relax and watch TV. I seem incapable of doing that. Come on. Come here. Come here. There we go. Boy. It's a skill I never acquired or obtained or even tried to do, and had really no example in my life. There was only one person in my life who ever really did that, and that was my stepfather, who I didn't like very much. So I guess he set the opposite example. Anyway, let's do the good life, and then get on with his day, because I know the best way to get through a challenging day, and today is a bit of a challenging day. It's a challenging week, is to just do it. So I'll do it. My 7 objectives are as follows. Number 1 is to be always ready to die, to have my stuff in order, and my relationships in good shape, and my life's work in a stable condition. And they all are. Although I'm probably due to give my mom a call. She doesn't like it if I call her too frequently, but I think it's been just about enough. It's been about well, I talked to her last week, so it's been a week, so that's probably too much if I call her now, but she called me, so. No, well, I called her first, and then she called me back, that's right, to tell me something crazy. Number 2 is to make good and effective use of time. Maybe that's why I can't relax, because I don't see leisure as a good use of time. But I'm wrong. Leisure is a fine use of time. And I should attempt to cultivate an ability to do that. That would be a good thing. My 3rd objective is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles and objectives. These 7 and 33. And I do that every day by this exercise, as well as thinking about them at various times throughout the day as opportunities and challenges are met. And I find my principles lacking or strong, and I adjust accordingly. Number 4 is to cultivate good emotional reactions, to become a man who reacts well to whatever opportunities and challenges I meet. 5 is to perform good actions, just to do good things throughout the day. 6 is to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities, so that I'm not extending myself where I don't belong, either by virtue of propriety or lack of reach, attempting to reach somewhere that I can't grasp, or missing an opportunity where I can take some action and improve the ends of virtue. And then lastly, to do just one thing at a time, and do those things slowly and deliberately and carefully. No multitasking. Okay, those are my 7 objectives, the things I'm striving for, the way that I want to live my life. My 33 principles then are the principle of war. Always be fighting against propositions of truth, especially those I've already onboarded, and anything that I or others propose that I should believe that are of any seeming importance. 2, the principle of reason, and the sub-principles of honesty, objectivity, doubt, and humiliation. The state of mind and the approach and the willingness to accept, to eat humble pie when I recognize that I'm wrong or I'm shown that I'm wrong, using reason as the arbiter of truth. 3, the homunculus, the reminder that I do not have a soul, but I do have a consciousness. 4, the anchor hold, the suggestion that this consciousness is in no way immortal. That's why it's not a soul, it's just a consciousness, and that it will wink out with me when I die. And that my thoughtful, considered opportunity and time here is quite limited and will end very soon. 5 is the principle of purpose. No, the home of good and evil, that's right. Right and wrong, good and evil do not exist as anything of their own in the universe. There is no right or wrong that oversees, governs the universe. It's not it's not a prescriptive thing within the universe. It doesn't exist in the cells of trees other than those cells seeming drive and mandate to sustain, survive, and reproduce. Right and wrong are opinions, things that we hold in our minds. And to that end, I guess there's no right or wrong in a tree cell either. It just does what it does, mindlessly, seemingly. And the other two, the next one is principle of purpose. And there are 3 sub-principles. Biology, the purpose of raising children and getting them into adulthood successfully, and all that entails in terms of finding someone to share our life with and to create a family with. The purpose of virtue, of living a virtuous life and being a virtuous man or woman. That's my own decided purpose. And then the purpose of my personal mission, which for me, again, another decided purpose, is the writing and sharing of my story, Going Alone, and the resulting Good Life Creed that's included therein. Then comes the atomic principle, a reminder that we're all bits and pieces. And then the principle of nature, a reminder that everything has some particular nature. And it's the nature of bits and pieces to fall to pieces and come back together in some way. I think there's 2 sub-principles in the atomic principle, the one just before. These are dissolution and emergence. I think that's what the 2 are. We dissolve and we emerge. Things go away and come back. They don't come back as they were before. They just come back like the compounds, molecules, and atoms that make up my body when I die will dissolve away through when I'm cremated or rot away or compost away. But they'll go on in the universe, perhaps being reused somewhere else. Okay, then comes the pirate ride, the suggestion that free will is an illusion, a very convincing one, but an illusion nonetheless. And then maturity. And the sub-principles of wisdom and fortitude. The principle of maturity. Wisdom is what we gain through our experience, and fortitude is the strength that we have to do better, to avoid repeating mistakes, and to do better with the things that work, to continue doing the things that work. And then the social principle. We are social creatures, we humans. We need each other. And it's good that we strive to spend our lives connected with others, engaging with others, even though it's difficult at times. And there's, I think, 3 sub-principles there. Diplomacy, justice, and conspiracy. Diplomacy is what we do when we work together to reach agreement. Justice is the end that we seek. And then conspiracy is when we link arms together socially to do better, to march arm in arm in the direction of wherever justice lies. Man, I'm tired. I'm just not with it today. But I'll carry on. Okay, and here's the new principle. The principle of family and the sub-principle of catalyst. It builds on the social principle, whereas the social principle simply suggests that we embrace being social creatures. Family suggests that we also work to build a family of our own, or to be a part of a larger family. We could, for example, build on that by being good aunts and uncles. The key is creating a platform and a facilitating the end of raising children successfully. There's lots of ways to do that. We start out by working hard on ourselves, developing and recognizing some foundation values, then maybe finding someone to spend our life with who shares those values. I recommend getting a great life adventure in before that, so that before you're settled down, if you feel restless to have an adventure, go ahead and have that. Maybe between college, between university and 30 years old, that's the time for yourself. And then find someone to settle down with, create a family and a home, etc. The key thing is that they need to share the same core values to get you through the tough parts together. And there's a sub-principle here called, and I think the ends of that are obvious, right? Children, family, security, love, companionship, protection, home, warmth, everything that goes along with that. The key thing being the children. And there's also a sub-principle here called catalyst. Because the necessity of having a family, necessitates that we push through the hard days. Like, for example, like today, it's Monday. I'm obviously not in the best shape today. I'm tired and feeling old and stressed out, but I'll get through the day. I'll push through because that's what I do. I'm a family man, and I've made a decided purpose to see my daughter through her university. I'm a Cal State Fullerton dad, after all. So I'll go through the hard days like today. It's a catalyst. Family is a catalyst to help us to push through the hard stuff, to achieve better ends than we could if we on our own otherwise, I think. If it wasn't for my daughter, I probably would quit this job. My life could be fine, but it's important that I propel her safely and securely and with as much education and readiness as I possibly can into her adult life. That fulfills my number one purpose, the purpose of biology, of successfully getting my genes into the next generation, which is the end of all life, right? The ambition of all life. Okay, I think I got that covered. I like the way that came out. Then comes the principle of public speaking and the sub-principles of best words, eloquence, prudence, aligning filtering our, how does that differ from felicity? Does prudence filter our words through our values, where felicity filters it through our emotions? Maybe. I'll have to look that up. Because I think I added felicity to it over the weekend. But I'm not sure I understand clearly the distinction between prudence and felicity. I think the one is I think the first, prudence, is a value filter, whereas felicity is an emotions filter. I'm going to speed through the rest because I'm just exhausted. Ugh. Okay, so that's I have work to do today. Get on top of it, Kurt. Attention, soldier. You got a day of work ahead of you, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so next is public speaking, social public speaking. Then comes temperance, followed by, I'm going to go fast. Temperance, and then Life Will Not Go Well, the horror show, that which must be born. And oh boy, after that which was born comes the Feast of Oval. Then distraction and agency and the great indifference. And then the best seat in the house. And then the restless man. The path of wildness. The great life adventure. After that comes, after the great life adventure comes, the risk of avoiding risk. Sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy. That's the one I usually forget when I go fast. The bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. There. Remember, I don't have to go in deep on all this stuff. I just have to touch each one. I could do that for the rest of my life doing this meditation. That's far. But it's better if I can add as much detail as I can. I got about halfway there today. A little more than half. Okay. Boy, I'm struggling. It's getting harder with every minute. I just want to go climb back in bed, but I won't. Okay. Now, as for today, I have a good solid day of work today. I have a normal round of Monday meetings. I have some challenging things to do. Most of the hard work is done. I did most of it on Thursday. I've got a team that I've got to lead through a particularly challenging week, and I will do it. I will do it. And with that, I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. And with that, my life is done. Take care.